How do you feed 100 million people each day? And that's not all. You also need to make sure the food is nutritious, balanced and tasty. The man who knows is Dadan Hindayana, head of Indonesia's National Nutrition Agency. This year, he plans to feed 83 million people a day. That's more than every McDonald's in the world. That makes his project the most ambitious single effort anywhere to address hunger and malnutrition.
You have to understand that Pak President Prabowo always say that the premier program is the strategic one because the population of Indonesia is still growing about 3 million per year and will be 324 million people in 2045. And the problem is not the growing, but the source of growing. We analyze that the most children born by the people who only have graduation of 9 year of school. So mostly only from junior high school, the people. So the 60% of the children in Indonesia do not have any access of good balanced nutrition, and 60% of our children do not have access to drink milk because they do not have capacity to buy. So that's why the government should present in the current situation to increase the capacity of human resources, because in 20 years they become our productive human resources, and probably will replace us as a leader. So that's why the program is very important to give intervention of good balanced nutrition to most of children in Indonesia.
However, the programme goes beyond children, also reaching pregnant women and new mothers. In its first year, it has expanded to serve 55 million people. How has that rapid expansion been achieved? Through an innovative public-private partnership, which has incentivised entrepreneurs to join the effort to feed the people well.
We have three key things to make this program very fast. First thing is the budget. Pak Presiden Prabowo guarantee that the budget's always available for this program. Secondly, we already train more than 33,000 young leaders or young generation uh, to run this program throughout the country. And the third is the uh, people participation is very high because the infrastructure built by not by government but by investment from the people in Indonesia. So 19,188 service unit already run, 100% built by the people, not by government. So that's why our program went so fast and still growing. And we learn so much thing to increase the quality of the services. We induce the how the private partnership increase in this program, and right now we we almost difficult to stop the participation of private partnership because the quota is already almost the limit, but the willing the people to join this program is still high. So we have to manage the huge or eager this participation to make the program much faster.
The programme's biggest benefit will be the well-being of the next generation of Indonesians. By preventing stunting and allowing young bodies to develop their full potential, the enhanced nutrition will improve physical and mental strength. However, right now it's also providing a boost to the local economy. The programme emphasises the use of local produce and has even given birth to several recipe books highlighting the regional cuisines. Every station has its own nutritionalist to create an enticing and healthy menu. And the support to local farmers should allow Indonesia to become self-sufficient for its food requirements this year.
This is very huge impact to the economy because one service units built, it's mean 50 people will be joined directly in the service unit as the workers, and then we need one service unit need minimal 15 supplier as uh, uh, for the supply of all material, just like rice, eggs, chicken, and so on and so on, vegetable, also fruit, and we need one time to serve the beneficiaries. One day we need 200 kilogram of rice, the 350 kilogram of vegetable, 350 kilogram of fruit, and also we need 3,000 eggs. It's we serve the beneficiary. So um, all production from farmer and also fisheries can be can be bought by a service unit directly. So and also we told that all service unit now run the program um, built by private partnership. So the investment from private partnership is also very high impact to the economy because during building this infrastructure, they need so much material and also people to do.
Now, with such a major project scaled so fast, there are always going to be issues, and the programme has suffered from a large number of cases of food poisoning. Dadan says that this mainly resulted from the use of unclean water or failure to follow food safety protocols and are being addressed now.
The accident is we learn about in September there were 67 accident, and then increase in October become 85 accident, and then decrease in November for about 40, and last December remain still 12 accident. So we learn from the accident, and the 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 problem before is the first thing, the experience of the people who work in service unit, and then now become better and better, and also the quality of water. 50% of the stomach problem come from the quality of water. That's why give instruction to the all service unit now to use the certified water. That's mean all water already processed in the industry or with material from industry. So the water is now much more sterile than before. And also we give the instruction to the people in the service unit to strict on the uh, what call as uh, SOP or
Standard operating
operating
procedure.
operating procedure, yes. And now become better and better. That's why the accident in December remains still 12, and we have to make this become a zero accident. And I think in 2026 we will better to serve all the beneficiaries with the good balanced nutrition and also in high safety food.
Now, I've been trying to talk to Dadan for several months about his work, but he's been unable because he's been focusing on the relief effort following terrible flooding which afflicted the country in the aftermath of Cyclone Senya. The network of meal stations built for the free meals programme have been activated to feed those who lost their homes or crops.
Our strategy is, I think, suitable for the each condition. Our service unit we built just like industry. So we already train the people. We have the logistic and we have the infrastructure. When the tragedy come, we ready on the day. So we start from 26 November to serve the all people who get tragedy, and until now we still serve. And in Aceh, we have 220 service unit who delivered food for the refugees, and cook about 4.4 million um, uh, food, yeah, for the refugees.
Millions of lives are being changed by the programme every day. And despite challenges and setbacks, Dadan says he's looking forward to continuing its lightning expansion through 2026 and for years and decades to come.
I have to say thank you to all people who contribute to the program, and for special for the partnership contribution, because with the private partnership contribution, the program become very fast happen, and so much beneficiaries can be served in the short time. As you know that in 1 year we can serve more than 55 million people in Indonesia. It is the huge population, bigger than one population in South Korea, and twice as Australian. And we still growing to serve until 82.9 people.